rockin'. Real takes at Julie's breaks. Shout outs to the cod crew. Julie's breaks will please you. But this is a land kraken. The land kraken. But this is a land kraken. Rockin'. But this one is a land kraken.
Hi, and welcome. So, we're going to do the Jusko card set part 2. And we're going to duck race for the winner of the set from part 1. But before we do that, I was going to show you some more of this amazing book, The Art of Jusko. So we saw some of this last time. To kind of climb over the camera to get this book open. So to tilt the other way. I don't know. So here's a Tarzan painting from 1987. Wiping off that bloody sword. Pretty intense. And here are some more Tarzan paintings. You've probably seen these on trading cards. It'll give you a chance to take those in. Oh, another stand falling over. And some more stuff with his process, showing like sketches and putting things together. We've got another Tarzan full color painting over here from 1999. Not Tarzan, I mean Conan. He does a lot of Tarzan too. But got the bloody axe this time. And another one. Conan the Rogue. And we've got some more Conan paintings. That one's spitting some poisonous acid or something on his sword. And another really nice Conan painting. Kraken, another Kraken, and another Kraken. Krakens everywhere. Battling serpent. The serpent is Savage Sword of Conan 191. And then I'm going to page ahead. So in the second set, a lot of the art is from John Carter of Mars. So this was a series of books written by Edgar Rice Burroughs. First one, I believe, in 1911. So very old stories, over 100 years old. And they were, 10 years ago, made into the movie John Carter of Mars, which I just watched, rented it on YouTube and watched on my computer. I think you can rent it for about $4 or $5. And I enjoyed it. It was actually a box office failure, like massive failure, which is unfortunate because that means probably not going to get any more John Carter movies. Even though there are more stories and different characters that were written about in the books that probably we're not going to see on the big screen, at least for a while. But I would recommend the movie, especially for $4 or $5. I thought it's a pretty reasonable adaptation. It's kind of hard to say exactly why it didn't do well at the box office. My thoughts were a couple things. One, that maybe the people, younger people, will feel it's a knockoff of later stories, even though it was actually hugely influential in creating some of the great stories that came later, like Star Wars and even Star Trek and Buck Rogers, and all these things came later. But if you didn't know that this was written 100 years ago, you might think it's possibly a knockoff. And then just also how they put the movie together. I'm not a film critic, but there were, it just seemed like it was trying to be maybe a number of different genres. Like the first part seemed kind of steampunk, with these giant machines, and not as much with the characters. I never really had thought of Edgar Rice Burroughs as steampunk. But then when I looked it up, they're saying, oh yeah, it's absolutely classic steampunk. Even though that term was like not even coined till the 1980s, and he was writing this in 1911. But then more sort of classical in the middle, and a little bit campy here and there. But you'll enjoy it if you like a good story, and if you like kind of fantasy and alternative worlds and things. So clearly Joe Jusko really likes John Carter, because he did many, many paintings of him and his work. Well, he likes Edgar Rice Burroughs in general, clearly, from his art. But I just wanted to read what he said about John Carter. So, Warlord of Mars by Edgar Rice Burroughs. The Mars books are a wonderful mix of science fiction and swashbuckling design. John Carter, an Earth-born Civil War captain, dies and is mysteriously transported to Mars, which is called Barsoom by the Martians, through some form of astral projection, and becomes the main protagonist in the series. He falls in love and wins the hand of the beautiful copper-skinned Martian princess Deja Thoris. Through a series of 11 books, he becomes the world's savior of omnivorous humanoid inhabitants by defending them against more hostile races of the planet, most notable among them the Tharks, or Green Men of Barsoom, and they appear in a lot of the art. They're kind of like half lizard, half human. And when you consider this series was created in the early part of the 20th century, you're amazed at the fertile, ahead of its time imagination of the author, which I would absolutely agree. So we've got John Carter, we've got, I guess that's Deja Thoris, although she looks different in some of the art. Here he's battling one of the sort of giant white apes. And a lot of the Martian creatures have like 4 arms instead of 2 arms. That seemed to be common theme there with lizards and lions and things. So we got some Tharks there, and some of these giant 4-armed lions, which they don't appear in the first book or in the movie, but they do appear in later books. Here he's battling a Thark. So these Tharks, again, they're supposed to be 13 feet tall and 400 pounds. So Jusko writes that he envisioned them as being kind of skinny, because he himself, I guess, was about 6 foot, 210 pounds. So he's envisioning this creature being twice as tall as him. So he said, he's had some debate about the proportions, whether they should be this skinny or not. And this is from a later novel. This is not Deja Thoris. This is Thuvia Maid of Mars. And she is able to tame some of these giant lion krakens in that story. And we've got just some more John Carter art, and you're going to see a bunch of this in the card set. So again, not all of these would be from the first story or from the movie. And there's, in the card set, chase cards that you can put together and make this photo, which is like a sort of a collage of the different species you find in Edgar Rice Burroughs' Mars stories. So these lions, there's multiple armed white apes, there's the Tharks, and there's other creatures, as well as airships. So there's John Carter battling one of these multi-armed lions. And more different characters from different stories. And more John Carter. And more John Carter. And then we go to Lost in Space and so forth. And there's more art in that book, superheroes and all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to move the camera now. Okay, we're back to the other camera stand because it's just, that other one's very tall for the book, but it's hard for me to hold the cards there. So we're going to go through the second set, and then we're going to do the duck race for the winner of the cards from the last video, from the first set. So again, like the other set, these actually will start at card 61, and it has the title of the painting. It has another painting, usually from earlier in time by a different artist, and then usually something about the scene or about how he painted it. So Battle with Zad, scene from A Princess of Mars. So shows him fighting one of the Tharks. This one is a scene from The Fighting Men of Mars, Venomous Assault. So this is a different... The first movie was based on the first book, A Princess of Mars. This is one of the later books. Not all the cards in this set are from John Carter, though. Some are from other Rice Burroughs books. So this is from Out of Time's Abyss, where there's dinosaurs. So that's yet another different one. Mastermind of Mars, which is a later book. Tarzan and the Lion Man. So there are also still some Tarzan in this part of the set as well. Warlord of Mars. Next one is a scene from Lost on Venus. So there's also another series of books, the Carson on Venus books, which is a different... it's sort of like a similar concept, that they've gone to Venus instead of Mars, but different races, different characters, different stories in that set of books. This is from Gods of Mars, Eyes in the Dark, and I read about this one, and he said Edgar Rice Burroughs never does describe what these eyes belong to or what they look like. So it's sort of a horror scene, and it's kind of left to your imagination. Chessmen of Mars. We saw this painting full size in the book. You just saw that. Swords of Mars. Tarzan and the Madmen. Swords of Mars. We're kind of jumping around. So these guys can change color, camouflage to blend into surroundings. Another John Carter of Mars. Tarzan the Untamed. Fighting Men of Mars. We just saw this one in the book as well. Gods of Mars. Princess of Mars. A little Thark baby. Swords of Mars. Again, I love how he uses the color. Chessmen of Mars. His art is always very bright. Back to the Stone Age. Another Back to the Stone Age. John Carter of Mars. Princess of Mars. Another close-up of a Thark. Princess of Mars, Deja Torres. Lana of Gathal. So this is a later book. These guys are invisible. He said that it was a challenge trying to paint these invisible characters. But I think it's pretty cool. Warlord of Mars, Gods of Mars, Chessmen of Mars, Escape on Venus. So now we are in the Venus series. Kraken, double Krakens. Pirates of Venus. Hopefully these are in focus. John Carter of Mars, Warlord of Mars, Pirates of Venus, Wizard of Venus, Chessmen of Mars, Tarzan and the City of Gold, Escape on Venus. I don't know why they didn't put all the Venus ones together. Princess of Mars. These are in order of how they were numbered. Tentacle Terror, Land of Terror, and tentacles. The Mucker. Beasts of Tarzan. People That Time Forgot. Savage Pellucidar. Princess of Mars. Carson of Venus. Pellucidar. Escape from Venus. Oh, this way. Fighting Men of Mars. There are some landscape cards. Lost on Venus. Warlord of Mars. Thuvia Maid of Mars. Chessmen of Mars. Gods of Mars. Land of Terror. The Boiling Sea from Escape on Venus. Tarzan the Invincible. Well, about to be eaten. Land of Terror. Black Pirates of Barsoom. And the last card in the set, Princess of Mars. So let's do the chase cards. Hang on, I gotta grab those. Okay, so these are the chase cards from the first set. So we saw these last time. Oh, too much. Wow, too much light. No, not enough light. And we also saw this painting in the book. So this is the sort of montage of all of the creatures of Mars, done in shiny foily. And then the chase set for the second one, the set we just looked at, is the Thuvia Maid of Mars painting. So we have her legs and we have parts of the two tigers. So we're missing the top half of her and the top half of this, or lion, I guess, the top half of this lion. So that's how I ended up with those extra cards, because I was trying to get these cards to finish this, but ended up getting extras from this set, as well as that entire base card set from these. So let's go over to the computer and run the duck race and see who's going to win that set from last time. Okay, let's get a winner. So to enter, you had to go to this video and enter with the hashtag Jusko, Jusko. There was 16 people who entered with that hashtag, and their ducks, what's going on? Their ducks are set up to race for 2 minutes as usual. So there they are, bobbing up and down. You can see all the ducks wearing their costumes. Let's start. Good luck, everyone. And we are off. I'm expecting them to get out to a fast start. There's a lot of experienced ducks in this race, so they know you can't be too far behind. But you've also got to pace yourself to make sure you can get through 2 minutes. So you can get out to an early lead, but somebody might catch you. So I expect to see ducks going back and forth a lot here. Look out for this guy, Sticks G in red. There's Jimmy Licari. I don't know where his costume is. Some of them have been trying to reduce drag by having no costumes. Jason VT doing the same thing. There's Zach up in the top. He's just got some duck paint in pink. See who else we got. CCB. Appears to be an apple, I think. Oshaw Racing is a spider duck. Pushing right up to the front there. About halfway through. There's Gary B in the baseball cap. Lisa Z getting up in front again. Who else is coming? Main Event Comics, the Doctor. Gary B and CCB. Duck to duck up there. Main Event. Shaw Racing coming up again. Getting close to the 30-second mark. Got to be able to hold on. Comes Slappy. Oh, Sticks G charging back up in the front again. And Zach. And Muskoka. Look at how they're pushing it way over towards the right. It's a fast pace. Wow, so many ducks. Slappy, very, very slim lead. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Slappy. Can he hold it? 7 seconds. 5 seconds. 3. Oh, what's happening? Oh, there's a duck in the top. Oh, it's Zach's Collections. Slappy, you ran out of stamina. Not enough poutine, I think. So, Zach's Collections, congratulations. You are the winner of the Joe Jusko Series 1 card set and those 3 chase cards. So I'll be getting these out to you. I hope everybody had fun. I love showing these sci-fi sets. I'm a huge fan, as you know. So there's going to be more, and keep watching for that. And I hope you had a good one. Take care, and I'll see you next time.